Yeah. Should I style now for you?
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Washington Commanders. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This defense for the Commanders, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 2nd and 2, Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 40-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
They run. It's Williams. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And able to work his way down to the 16. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Play action. Now Wilson. Steps away. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now to the air, Dalton. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We're scoreless after 1. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Once more, Gibson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A handoff running left is Gibson. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Gibson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Right now I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the fourth quarter, but second quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Now Wilson on first down. This one swung out to Williams. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 more on that one and another first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Off the draw, here's Williams. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Two yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos are able to recover. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This from 54 yards away. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 27, Dalton. Thomas has got it. Complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And now it's 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Dalton. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2 by 2. Move. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Watch 18. 18's the mic. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
368.
Play action now. Dalton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DJ Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses, imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, check Michael Allen, check Michael Allen. I hope he can go. Clear. Hey, check Michael Allen, check Michael Allen. Big stop, D. Big stop, let's go. Nice.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check Michael Allen. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Hey, check Michael Allen.
Dalton sets up play action. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race. But how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. And his throw is incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
52, 93, 44, 44. Here you go.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Back to the ground with Gibson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second down and a run by Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Back to Robinson now on first down. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. And the slot man goes in motion left. They run the toss now with Gibson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
They go play action with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Gibson again. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Dalton off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now. On
3rd down, Wilson. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Will Fuller, 47 yards. And the Broncos are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Kill.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
On the counter, Gibson.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly.
This to perhaps salt this one away.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost gets the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At 5-4 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Denver, they are barely afloat.